Whoops, we're bouncing around here. Okay. I'm going Konica Minolta. C227. Okay, this one's going to be a challenge one, size-wise. It's going to be a big one. Let's see what we can do with it. Right. So, zoom, we're going to touch that when we put it on the glass. This one's going to have to be an A3, just to be on the safe side. No, we're not going to close it yet. We've still got work to do. Ha ha ha. So I'm just going to darken that. Do our usual shit. Yeah, negative, positive. I wonder what background colour this one's going to get. If it's going to get a background colour. Right, red. Going all the way with it. Hue. Cool it right down to cold. Okay, sharpness. And colour balance. I think the black is just going to stay there. So we're going to work out the size of this silly original. Anyway, what is it? It's called the Bragg, but we don't want the front. We want to take the back. Scorpions. They had a really good song called Wind of Change. I really love that song. It said a lot about what was happening in the 90s, and then it just died on us before it even got off the ground. It was just starting to change, and that was the 90s for us. We're just keeping this in play, and now we've got the 2010s or the late 2010s, and things are not looking so good. So it's a bit bigger than a B4 and smaller than an A3, and this one's bigger than a B4 and smaller than an A3. So yeah, we've got shit now. Everything's shit. We're doing the back of this. So I'm wondering what the Scorpions are thinking of now compared with then in the early 90s. There was something really good about the early 90s, and now everything's gone to fucking pot. Everything's about money. It's not about helping your fellow human like the 90s was about. And even the corporate world was starting to take notice. Companies like Canon used to sponsor artists to use their photocopiers, and now they won't let anyone such as myself, who's an accomplished photocopier artist, go near their shit. So they basically fucking... The culture of the industry has changed since then, and I think a lot of toner heads have been ejected from the industry probably in the late 90s, and companies like Canon were winding things down, and it's just not the same anymore. And I did see someone today who looked like a tough guy, and he looked scary, and then I just noticed when I was right up close to him that he had a Konica hat on. Not Konica Minolta, it was Konica, before it became Konica Minolta. So it had Konica written on it. I thought, fuck, he must have worked for Konica back in the 90s. And basically, he must be alienated by the culture of the industry. Now that looks really quite cool. We're just going to stretch it a bit. But basically, he looked like a relic from the past. That he was once a part of the industry, and now he just looks so... He looks a bit sad, or he just looks a bit of like alienated, I think is the word. Because sometimes people look tough, adopt that look, because they feel upset about the status quo, and the status quo was that he obviously had got the sack. I don't know whether he was a technician or whatever, but he had the Konica hat on, and that Konica hat looked quite almost new, strangely enough. But it's been years since the company was under the name Konica. It's been Konica Minolta for quite some time. I don't know when the change happened, but it's become a more corporatised, bastardised money fuckers paradise, and we've got to hope that maybe someone will start the revolution again, and that it will take hold and take root, and that mankind can love one another instead of hating each other. But I'll not forget about that. Take me to the ready go. Man, what the fuck? Forget about singing. I've got to stick to copying. Got to go.